you don't know what next summer's going to bring.
Right.
You don't know if a job's going to change, if they're going to come home. Maybe they're going to be studying abroad. Maybe they're going to have a spouse in the picture. You just don't know. A lot can happen in a year.
Right.
And I always think about that going into the summer, that, just maximize those moments.
To the Well-Grounded Podcast. We're so excited to have you join us again today. We are right in the middle of summer. So we're going to talk about all things summer, vacations, what that looks like as kids are coming home from college.
Yes.
Having our adult kids go on trips with us. This is a new era, right?
A new era, new season.
Just all of the things looking forward to that, kind of anticipating. We don't know. We're just going to cover it all today.
Yes.
But what happens? What's the big thing that is most on your heart and mind?
Well, I think the biggest thing is when everybody comes back, and that could be one student or two students or one child, that it's just your house becomes from a quiet house to a full house.
That's right.
And routines are different. Schedules are different. This life is very different. And there's an emotional connection to that. Like, you really have to kind of gear up for it, I think. And then you kind of just ride the roller coaster. No pun intended for theme parks.
That's right.
For the summer, it's a lot of fun. It's overall, I would say, 90% fun. There's definitely some little quirks and things that happen, but I would say
and that's just an
fun.
adjustment, maybe. I mean, I know we both have the high school guys, so we each have a son that are still in high school, and so life with the high school boy is pretty chill.
Yes.
Like, it's not the same level. And then when those older sisters come back, and everybody's there together, and maybe they're bringing friends, or it just makes it so different, like energy level and what you're preparing, what the expectations are, really different.
Definitely.
I would really pull into, like, we talk about the quiet house season. And so, we're going to cover all of that today. Join us, stay with us.
Definitely.
We just are going to kick it off with latte moment. So,
yes, we are excited. So today's latte moment is coming from the internet as well. It is
love the internet.
Something that I found that I just thought was going to be a little bit fun for the summer, because the way you make it is a little bit more exciting, I guess. Is called a brown sugar shaken espresso. So as a coffee I am not an espresso drinker. So I find if I drink espresso, I'm never going to go to sleep ever. Yeah. So, but I don't do that. But this sounded really great. It doesn't have very many recipes, doesn't have very many ingredients. And again, because that's what I'm looking for in coffee drinks. You've got a different kind of milk and espresso, brown sugar, cinnamon, and ice cubes. And what I thought was really cool about this drink is that you put it in a mason jar. So it is shaken, and you put it with ice. So this is a cold drink, not a hot drink. Okay. And you just shake it. And that's what makes it fun. Yeah. So I just thought, if you're with your kids in the summer, get those mason jars out and shake it to your heart's content and just have a lot of fun with it. Again,
does that count as homemade?
Yes, I do think it counts as homemade. And I just definitely think that we'll be putting this in the notes, and you'll have that recipe. And again, we'd love for you to try this. Put it in, the notes for us. Let us know by tagging us with Well Grounded Podcast, and let us know if you like it and what your thoughts are on it.
Yes.
So, before we get started though with all the summer stuff, I did want to circle back a little bit to what we talked about in the first episode. Yeah. And we had shared a story or a book about an author that we really like. And I wanted to find that book to give everybody reference to that. Yeah. We'll put this in the notes again. But Jody Burnt wrote a series of books. This is the one that actually says Praying the Scriptures for Your Adult Children. Yeah. She's done Praying the Scriptures for Your Children and Praying the Scriptures over Your Teens. And all these books are just a wealth of information. Yeah. So kind of a plug for her. We're excited to just share that with you. But I wanted to just circle back and let everybody know exactly what that book was.
Anything else you wanted to share?
No,
Any
but
life updates or anything?
no, not necessarily any
Okay.
life updates.
Okay.
I know getting past all the graduation season
I was going to
and
say,
getting
y'all just had a
everything
graduation.
taken care of, it definitely puts things in perspective. I always look at the summer as a time to kind of just be in the non-routine.
Right.
I really enjoy not having the schedule, not having
Yeah.
to wake up, get
Yeah.
somewhere by 8 a.m.
Yes.
And we just kind of savor those moments
Yeah.
and just kind of see where the day takes us. It's
Yes.
not always about an agenda per se.
Having a ton of plans and
Yeah.
stuff. So just a quick question. When the kids were growing up, did you do structured summers, lots of camps, lots of things? Or did y'all do those just pool days and, crafts and fun things? I know my kids like to go to your house because it was so fun over there.
Well,
You
I
always
would
had good
call
stuff.
my home kind of a combination.
Okay,
I
okay.
didn't always go to a summer camp because, like I said, I don't want to always like be on the go
Right.
and
The schedule,
in the car.
you have to be there. at a
But I
certain
kind
time.
of brought it into the house. So
Yes. Yeah.
Michael's craft store and I were absolutely
I know.
best friends.
Oh, so good.
And I would buy so many fun little things that we could do and make a lot of experiences that we could do, when the kids, I know some people are very not against Play-Doh, but I loved Play-Doh.
Oh.
And we would go outside and just have like a Play-Doh fest.
I remember having a craft closet for
Oh,
the kids,
yeah.
and I was like, I've arrived as a mother.
Yes.
I have a full closet.
Yeah. I do think
just
that's
for crafts.
indicative of girls because we
Yes.
both had girls first.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I do know I have lots of friends that have boys that do not relate to
No
that
craft
at all.
closets for the boys?
No
Yeah.
craft closets.
Yeah. The craft closet got filled with Nerf, Hot Wheels, and Legos.
Legos. Yes.
That's my life
Yes.
now. Or
Absolutely.
then. Not really
Yeah.
as much, but it was good times. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about summer vacation.
Yeah.
And
What are the things that you did? Like
so-
when you planned your summer, whether
Right.
it was trips away or things like that, like what was your big thing? Did you guys do a family trip? Did you have different things that you made sure you got done in the summer? Because when your kids are young in preschool, or even before preschool, it doesn't matter what time frames. You could even take a trip in March and
Right.
it doesn't matter.
Right.
But as they get older and they're in elementary school and middle school, you have
School
to kind
calendar
of go.
rules your life.
Yeah, school calendar.
And it still does in college.
It still does in college.
Do you relate to pulling up those calendars, the academic calendar for
Yeah.
each of your kids' schools?
Yes.
And like, oh no, we have 2 different spring breaks, the high schooler
This
and
year,
the college.
we actually had 4 different spring breaks.
Oh, my goodness.
And I go, well, that means we're just really not going to do anything together.
A whole month though.
Yes.
Someone's spring break.
Somebody's
I do
here.
remember seeing that on in your schedule that
Yes.
you were having fun with somebody, but it was weeks apart.
was weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get that for sure. We were all about. I would do like this printed out calendar, old school paper calendars that we
yes.
love.
Yeah.
And it would have the big things and it was on the refrigerator. So like June, July,
yeah.
August, and they could see
what's coming
like,
up.
This trip
What's
to grandmother's, this trip is happening, this trip is happening. So like the big things or like we're going to SeaWorld camp
Yeah.
this week or we're going to VBS this week or
Yeah.
whatever was going on.
Yeah.
So it was like a fun
I had
thing
the
to mark off.
whiteboard.
Oh,
I made a
nice.
whiteboard calendar.
Nice.
And my oldest, who's very creative, she would a lot of times draw on it. And sometimes there
Make
would be
it-
stickers, sometimes things.
So
it was
fun.
very fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Making it that. So do you feel a loss of that now that everyone's older or like the grown-up version of our summer calendars is when the kids are going to be here, right?
Yes.
So when they're coming back
Yeah.
and what that's going to look like. And for the most part, I would
Yeah.
say, I think you use the 90%, 10% when we were talking about this topic, that for the most part, it's excitement.
Excitement,
You're
yeah.
like in the driveway,
Yeah.
so ready to get those
Yeah.
kids home from college. Like
Yeah.
you are just like,
You've gotten their room ready. You take
Yes.
time. You just think
Little
about all the
treats in the
details. Oh, yes.
room, all the fun places.
We're giving out all our secrets right now.
where are
'cause-
we going to go to dinner? Like special dinner,
Yeah.
celebrating the end of the semester, like all those traditions and all those things that they are for them, but they're for us too.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
It's because
yeah.
we feel like, we
Let's-
accomplished another semester
Right?
of college or
Yeah.
high school or whatever that season is. So all that anticipation also brings with it some nerves.
Sure.
And some kind of high energy tension sometimes of like, is the summer or is this college break, is this high school break going to meet expectations?
Yeah.
Because we've built it up, like we've missed them. We're ready for that. It means
Yeah.
a change for us, for them. So what are some of the, like have any tips or anything that you would say? Like,
well, you asked me, like, was there a loss? And I think sometimes I do go back in that time when they were younger, and it was very easy to find a common thought that we all wanted to do.
Yes.
So as they've gotten older, that's what's probably hard. That's hard to find. What does everybody want to do? Because so we've actually done some like creative things where at the beginning of the summer, we put a jar together and everybody puts ideas in the jar. So it's kind of like equal representation.
Yeah.
And that way we pull out an idea. And
it's Vegas.
That's it.
At your house.
That's it. You know, and nobody can complain because their stuff is in the jar. It just might not have gotten pulled that week or that night. And so I really maximize to try to think of what are we going to do to make those family moments? Because I realize that as the older they get, and you don't know what next summer's going to bring.
Right.
You don't know if a job's going to change, if they're going to come home. Maybe they're going to be studying abroad. Maybe they're going to have a spouse in the picture. You just don't know. A lot can happen in a year.
Right.
And I always think about that going into the summer that, you know, just maximize those moments.
Yeah.
What can you do to do that?
What do we have now? What do we have now in front of us? And I think that you touched on such a good point. When your kids are young, you, the parents, are driving the plans.
Absolutely.
You are hyping it up. Oh, we're going to have such a good time. It's pool day.
Yeah.
We're going to put our towels out and have snacks. And this is like the whole plan.
And you even tell them the night before, like, this is what we're doing tomorrow.
You're going to see your friends. We're going to go to the park. We're going to do this. If it's for us with being in Central Florida, like any theme parks, you're out by noon because it is sweaty hot.
Yeah.
Or you don't go till the evening when all the tourists have left. So little pro tip there.
Yeah.
But definitely like if you're going to go do an hour or two, something outdoors in Central Florida, you're going to center that day around that and have that. But you made such a good point that I think some of the tension or the anxiousness with it is based on trying to get a consensus in your whole family.
Yeah.
You're looking for everybody to be excited about it.
Yeah.
I struggle with that. Like, I want everybody to have a great time.
Yes.
And if you have more than one child, it's very difficult to have everybody loving everything at the same time. And we knew that from them growing up. But when they're adults, you want them to have that input. You want them to want to be there.
Yeah.
But guess what really draws them there is relationships.
Memories.
Yes. Memories, traditions. I don't want to miss the vacation.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss this fun thing that we're doing as a family.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful. Just shout out to my kids. My oldest is married. My second is engaged.
Yeah.
And our youngest is our son who's in high school. And I really appreciate, it matters to me, a shout out to them that they are prioritizing our week at the beach that's coming up. Like, I know that won't always be the case. And it's not because they don't care or they don't want to go. It's just challenging with jobs and getting people rolling.
Well, we just talked as a family last summer, and Tim, my husband, just said, we're going to say the last week of May, beginning of June, whatever that kind of in between Memorial Day, all that stuff. That's going to be family week.
I love it.
And moving forward, no matter if you're married, your spouse, but it's always going to be that week. You can count on it. We're going to go somewhere. Maybe it's just a beach trip. Maybe it's somewhere else, but that's going to be the week.
I'm making a note of that. That's a really good tip. That's a really good tip because then they can build vacation time around it. And that's one thing that's come up with having our children have jobs, like have their own jobs. And I remember.
And you love that they're working.
Yes,
I mean, this is a great thing. You don't want to
proud of them.
Not like that, but you kind of get a little selfish because you're like, wait a minute, what about me?
Yes, I know.
So, and we're going to play a game.
Okay.
So, we wanted to keep this light and fun tonight and to discuss some things.
Yeah.
So, we're going to play a this or that game. So, we're going to
I love
I'm
getting my opinion.
And you have the list too, so you can ask me. So, I'll ask a few.
Okay.
And then we can elaborate on
We can do every other one. Let's do every other one.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Beach versus mountains.
This is so hard. This is so hard.
I know. I started with the hard one.
You know when you do these on Instagram and the stories, I just circle both.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Right.
I mean, I have to say beach is my family grew up, but my in-laws were mountains. And so I didn't do mountains until I got married.
True. Okay.
So I'm
good.
now both.
Both.
But beach is like
in there.
my core.
I would probably have to say that as well because I grew up at the beach
Yeah.
and down on the west coast of Florida. So the beach was really a big deal for me and things. Love the mountains.
Yes, so
I
fun.
love the mountains.
I'm hooked.
And just to have that change of scenery and cooler air and no humidity is a great thing. So and mountains can be a lot of different places, but I just wanted it in a general way.
Yeah.
So
no, that's good.
Your turn.
Okay. Hawaii versus Caribbean. We've both been to both.
I know.
So that's fun. What's your choice
I have
on
to
that?
say Hawaii.
So good.
I'm just, I will say, my aunt and uncle lived in Hawaii.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So I was able to go there a couple times as a child. And so I didn't probably realize how special that was. I got dragged there, with my parents and stuff, going to visit my aunt
really
and uncle.
Long flight as a
and
kid.
Stuff. But I look back at that and I say, well, that's a really special place.
Yes.
So I probably like
unusual
Hawaii more for the childhood memories and the memories I've made there versus maybe just what it is.
Yes.
But it is really special.
Yes, it's so special. And it has mountains and beach.
It does. That is
the best
true.
of both.
Yeah.
Best of both. The Caribbean's great. Nothing to knock the Caribbean, but it's hard to top Hawaii. It's kind of got the best of everything.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't read this list very carefully. The next one, I'm just trying to think of my answers, but go ahead.
Yeah.
The next one is indoor versus outdoor. Is this like if you can only have one? Because I like a mix of that.
I know. When I thought of that, it's more like, if you are on a vacation, would you pick an indoor activity or an outdoor activity?
Okay.
Something like that.
I definitely, in recent years, I like outdoor more. But okay, we have a thing about restaurants when they say, would you like to eat inside or outside?
Yeah.
What do you say?
It depends.
Okay.
Definitely we enjoy the outside if we can, if it's not too crowded or hot.
Okay, so we're really picky about eating outside.
Okay.
And not like for a barbecue or at somebody's house, but like at a restaurant, just feels a little more like, I don't know. I've been in outdoor patio situations where there's ants and all this stuff. I'm like, I'm here to be served. I just want to be indoor and keep this controlled climate. And so my husband's definitely been an influence on me for that. So we typically eat indoors. But good. Just good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Whose turn is it? I
think it's, I don't know. You go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hamburgers versus hot dogs. If you can only have
hamburger girl.
Me too.
Yes.
Give me a burger.
Yeah.
Definitely on the grill.
On the grill.
My dad, he's such a good.
Yeah.
He also does like really good grilled chicken. Like marinates. Oh, so good. So good.
I know. It's making me hungry right now.
Yeah. I'm pretty picky about hot dogs. Like I can do a hot dog, but if I'm given the option, there's no hamburgers, I'll take a hot dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not that bad. So, all right.
It's probably why we don't serve very many at my gatherings.
Yes.
Because if you notice, there's usually not hot dogs on my list.
No option for that. That's
not even on the list.
At Diane's fun parties.
I think what, just doing this little fun exercise or, game just makes you kind of think summer is a lot about fun.
Yes.
I mean, summer is that no routine, go with the flow. Definitely, especially when you have older kids, kind of let things go where they need to and not have that agenda all the time.
Yeah. And even if they're working and it's not just vacations all summer long, like it was when they were little or you're working or something, the weekends and just having a longer day where you're not as rushed because it's not going to be dark at 5:00 or something. You get to enjoy.
You have a longer day.
Yeah. You can just, even after a work day, can go and
3-4 hours do stuff.
We've gone to the beach.
Yeah.
In the afternoon and evening, just to have a sunset, time for that. And just finding that time, being intentional. You're going to see some themes with us because it's
that important.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
It's that important. And talking to them, like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Like, we're excited for you to come home.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes we haven't been as organized. It's just life happens. And, but if we can build a little anticipation with them of like, here's what we're planning on this week you're home or this month you're home or something, adjust back into family mode.
Yeah.
You are in independent living, doing your own thing mode. But this week, this month, this summer, this holiday break, family mode. And really helped me to have that mindset because I
Definitely.
didn't feel as offended when I was
Yeah.
asked to do something
Yeah.
or somebody needed me. So
Well, I know for me, one of the funny things is how much my kids, when they come back from college, love to cook. Because during
yes.
college, they don't have access to a stove or an oven and things.
Yes.
And usually the first 2 or 3 weeks of summer, I mean, we have the best baked goods ever. And I just think it
like
is
a
the
fresh
best
bakery
because
going on.
they literally just find recipes, they look on Pinterest, they do whatever they need to, and they come up with
Love
these
it.
great. And I'm like, just let me know what you need, and we'll make sure we get those ingredients because it's a lot of fun. Because
know.
it brings me joy to just see that. You
Yes,
know,
and you modeled
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You set up that there's family time, preparing meals, and all the cute hospitality things.
Yeah.
I was at an event that the girls had put on for one of their graduations, and I was so impressed at how they work together. Your three daughters,
yeah.
like very different personalities, very different approaches to things, even probably how they would host something. But
Sure.
they got in this mode of like they were cleaning up a really elaborate setup
Yeah.
for this party, and they just worked so well together. I was like, my jaw was down. I was like, this is so cool to see them.
To see that.
Like they know how to do it. They've been allowed to be creative in that.
Sure.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
People coming home, maybe
Yes.
making messes in your kitchen
Yeah.
that you don't usually have, or having more shoes out or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is temporary.
It's kind of that
Savor.
like people have told us, you know, when we had young kids and we had the older moms in our life, they would tell us, you will miss that someday.
Yes.
You will miss the
Cleaning up those
shoes
toys over and over and
everywhere.
over and over.
You will miss those things around
Yeah.
the house.
Yeah.
And I really
Yeah.
100% can tell you will.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
then all of a sudden your quiet house, you
Yes,
know,
the quiet
is
house.
quiet and you miss that.
Yeah.
And things. Now, sometimes you really enjoy it, I will say, because you're like,
the secret's out. Your clean, quiet
yes.
house is a safe haven.
It is.
It's the only, it's
Yes.
like, oh, I miss my kids so much. Ooh, but I'm sitting in a clean, quiet house right now.
yes.
Okay. And I sit there for 10 minutes and then I'm like, when are the kids
Yes.
coming home?
And then I appreciate when I get the random phone call or text
I know.
because then I'm like,
Or
yes.
all at once.
Yes,
They
I know.
all at
at
once.
once.
Yes.
I know we didn't touch too much on it today,
Yeah.
but I just did want to say a few little things because we said there is like that 90-10 balance.
Yes.
And that 10% for me was a lot of the siblings. You know, they got used to not being around each other
Yes.
in college and
Yes.
outside of the home. And when they would come back, it sometimes that did bring some friction
Yeah.
of, you know, my space, my personal space. Why are you in that space? And, you know, in some respects, I look at that and I say, you know, you can kind of get bogged down with that. But in other ways, it actually helps teach them how to deal with conflict
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
you know, they kind of have to learn how to do that one time or another in their life. So, you know, you kind of have to, as a mom, turn your head a little bit from that. Sometimes I didn't do that and I would get involved in the mess. And I would say that's probably not my finest moment, but I would definitely look back on it in the times that I kind of let them deal with it. It worked out fine.
And I was going to say, when they're younger, you need to get involved. When
Yeah.
they're older,
Yeah.
the less you're involved. This is just very rule of thumb. I mean, obviously, you know, but it's
Yeah.
your home. You
Yeah.
do what's best for you. But there is that sense of helping referee or
Yeah.
helping moderate or keeping things to the family values, the
Yeah.
family standard is different when they're older and they're trying to
Yeah.
readjust to each other. So some things, this is not like a list
Yeah.
we have. This is just
No.
some things we've been talking about. Readjustment period is normal.
Yes.
Giving each other grace
Yep.
while you're readjusting. What are some of the other good nuggets we had? No, we were talking
Definitely making the most of those moments.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
creating, maybe there's some kind of a system where, you know, because it's hard to make everyone happy. But like I said, to bring like a jar out and just everybody writes ideas in it. And you just kind of randomly pick that idea. And so you can go with that instead of someone feeling slighted if someone gets picked over the other.
Right. And I'm a middle child, so
Yeah.
that means everyone gets a turn.
Yes. Everyone gets a turn.
Your turn to pick. Your turn
Yes.
to pick. Your turn
Yes.
to pick. So
Definitely.
funny. Yeah. And communication. You're going to hear that from us so much
Mm-hmm.
because the more that you get out ahead of something and say, hey, here's my expectation, or we have a family thing on this
Yeah.
night, or we want to do a dinner
Yeah.
that, you know, maybe we're not going to invite 20 friends to this. It's just going to be us.
You
and we're
mentioned
going to
before
reconnect.
too, like it's okay to have a calendar meeting at the beginning of the summer.
I love calendar meetings.
When you've got older kids, and
so much.
I a lot of times too, before the beginning of the week, I'll send out kind of like a little list of, okay, here's where I'm at this week.
Right.
And everybody chime in, where are you at?
Yes.
And so the more communication you can give,
right,
the more people will just know what's happening, and they can know how they can fit into that puzzle as well.
Yeah.
So
I know. It's good. It's good.
It's summer is fun, and it does go fast. And I think you have to realize that it's not a forever. When they come home, they're going to be, before you know it, they're going to be going back to the stores to buy their goodies to go back to college. And it really, really does go fast.
I know.
You count down those days until you get to summer, and then it seems like it's a blur and you're already back at it again with school time.
So good. So good.
I think we've wrapped things up today. I think it's been really amazing.
Fun episode.
We always want to leave.
We've been wanting to talk about this. Thank you for joining us as we're catching up on.
Yes.
We're getting ourselves.
I know. I really feel like
headspace.
today's been our conversation. I haven't even looked at the camera or anything.
But sorry, y'all. Thanks for
just
hanging out with us.
We just wanted to talk a lot.
We're getting our heads on. So
but,
I have a verse.
Oh yeah, that's right. Before we go,
I just forgot the reference. So I think it's 1 Peter. Yeah. 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your cares on him because he cares for you.
Yeah.
And I really just, I love that verse. I kind of hear it in my head when people say, God doesn't care about that, or that doesn't matter to God, or don't
he doesn't
ask
need to
God
know that.
to give you a good summer is kind of a shallow prayer or something like that. Don't receive any of that criticism, because if we care about it, God cares about it.
Absolutely.
Because he cares about us.
Yeah.
And there are things that as we grow closer to him, as we're seeking him, as we are spending time with him, he does shift our mindset sometimes that we have maybe been really focused on the stress or the fear even of that. And so when he gets a hold of it, when he takes care of it, when we lay it down before him, he lifts that burden off of us.
Yes.
And so we get to cast our cares on him. And even in the modern translations and like ESV and NIV, it says, cast all your anxiety on him.
Yeah.
We talk about anxiety all the time.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing that that our kids are facing, that we are facing. There's a lot to worry about in the world.
So cares can also mean anxiety, worry, sadness, frustration, any of those things that come across us are those emotions that, are kind of raw right now to many of us. So cast all of that on him, because he will care for you and all of it at the same time.
That's right.
So
when we can't fix it all.
No.
But we can embrace the season. We can embrace the time and
make it fun.
Yay! Happy
summer. We want to always end our time with you, saying our blessing over you, and just realizing that we want you to remember that have Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith, that you may be rooted and grounded in love. And that comes from Ephesians 3:17. And that's kind of our verse that just anchors us in this podcast. We just want you to remember that.
Be refreshed.
Be encouraged. And stay well grounded.